A month has passed. For the time being, we decided to stay put in Ganeth Haros. Even with their lord toppled, we had a long way to go before the people of Pelegion would be liberated in their hearts and minds. Lenegis hung ominously over our heads. We knew we'd need to deal with it sooner or later. We still had so many questions. The two sovereigns, the Red Woman and the Renis Alma, the present and past 300 years ago. Not to mention what happened to Volron's body after his defeat. Still, we were determined to keep fighting. I had my hands full taking care of everything. But in some ways, I was kind of grateful to be so busy.
Did they not confirm the body that he's dead? It's fantasy setting. He could live, I'm sure. Is he gonna be another boss?
Are you all right? You looked like you were spacing out there.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry. You need something?
It's about that citizen's petition. I was coming to talk to you about it. If I'm being honest, I think the problems of this realm's Danans hit close to home for me.
Oh?
You saw how things were in Menancia. We might have put way too much faith in Dohalim, but at least we could still think independently. The people of this realm weren't even afforded that much basic dignity. I don't know what kind of future the people here are going to ultimately choose. But whatever it is they decide, I want to help do my part so they can make that decision of their own free will.
You mean like how the Danans and Renans of Menancia chose to remain committed to coexistence? It'd be nice if this was a step towards that dream.
That's another issue altogether. At the very least, I want to believe all our hard work will pay off in the end.
Yeah. I guess we can only focus on what we can do right now and take it from there.
I'm going to go on ahead. Would you mind talking to Shion for me? Once you're ready, we'll meet up at the castle entrance like usual. We can talk more there.
Right. Got it.
The power of a sovereign.
Thanks, dude.
I've come... Kujin, what's my target? How's it going, Kesama? Welcome! 2 months, man. You're awesome. Thanks for the sub, man. Increase the amount of damage dealt to enemies that get hit by a boost strike. And Kisara got Idealists. Increase maximum AG by 1. I guess now we're gonna find out why so much of this is like an endless void of nothingness. Now we can finally start unlocking more of those things. You got vacuum blades, increase near, flaming edge burst, and easier over limits. I'm gonna say, why not? After you, Kisara, you are missing so fucking much here. Like, holy shit. I think yeah, Simba, this is not actually Solo's stream. This is mine. You're in my realm now. But how you been, man? On the lack of fishing. Hey, you say that as a joke, but I'm pretty sure for all I know, someone could have gotten a skill thing just by fishing. Actually, I should have got increased guarding effects, but oh well. Your party's disbanded.
Shion's been hanging out in the observatory a lot lately. Let's see if she's up there.
So in that month, I guess not much has happened that we should have made been made aware of or gotten the chance to play through. I cannot go to the edge of here for some reason. And apparently we did not confirm the body of the guy that we defeated. So for all I know, he might come back again as like a secret boss later on. Or not secret, maybe even story. They might throw that in our face. Yeah, apparently Rinwell's still leveled up despite being dead, so that's something. Give me 50 stream of this. It is a interesting stream. The fishing was out of the way, and also we're bad at it. Like, very bad at it. It's kind of embarrassing how bad I am at the fishing minigame. For other games, I can sort of nail it down somewhat, but this one, something about it is just weird. Wait a second, that's a... Come on. You can't show me a chest there and not let me get it. Why do you gotta put invisible walls over everything, even when you can walk down there? Alright, now with y'all, yeah, like I would have fucking needed that in the boss fight. God, I wish I'd remembered to actually go back off stream to, like, get some money so I could actually buy the stuff that I would have needed for the boss fight. If not, I would have been able to save all my hard-earned items that I would have never used until the final boss.
Is something going on?
Sounds like it. Kisara wants us all to meet at the castle entrance. Taking in the view again?
Yeah. Looking at the scenery helps take my mind off things.
Like what?
Being a maiden. Whether I really am a descendant of Naori. Those kinds of things.
So, are you mad at me?
For what?
I destroyed the Renaissance. Right as you were about to get rid of your thorns forever.
Was she, though?
Why did you destroy it?
When I saw it appear in front of me, it reminded me of what happened back on Lenegus. And the rest was... it was all just a blur. I'm sorry.
It must have been a pretty terrible memory. Besides, we don't know that the Renis Alma actually was destroyed. For all we know, it might have disappeared with that red woman.
If so, then why are
Don't.
you...
It's okay. You brought me back. You got me away from Volron. That's enough for now. Let's get going. We shouldn't keep everyone waiting.
And now she's joined the party.
Kisara said she wanted everyone to meet at the castle entrance.
And I hope we don't do this entire next act with us relearning the exact same lessons again. But we have a skit. Hold on. What's this?
Hey, Shion.
Don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But if you come any closer, you'll only end up getting hurt.
Because of your thorns, you mean? Trust me, I've endured...
No, that's not it. You don't understand, Never mind. Sorry, just forget I said anything, okay?
If it isn't your thorns, does that mean there's something else?
It's just... It's nothing, really, okay? So you can stop asking me.
Okay. In that case, I'll see you up ahead, okay?
We hold a slab of melting, flaming metal. Why do you suddenly think your thorns are the thing that's gonna act up and make us... Please tell me she's not suddenly afraid of hurting us and that's gonna start the whole arc out for her all over again. And alright, how's it going? We united the things and the ponytail-ish girl with red clothes and fully black eyes kicked our asses, and we got a second opening. Basically, from what I can understand, we got all the rocks together, nothing happened. A magical red girl that we saw only in one cutscene just for this boss fight showed up floating in the sky, came up to us, activated my power and the red girl's power, which we didn't know she had, to create a nut, and then she took out her own special rock that was a different color energy that we didn't know existed to make the magical MacGuffin that we all wanted, which then the main character saw and destroyed on impact. And then it said a month passed and we don't know what happened. We also didn't confirm the body of who we killed, so for all we know, they're out there. She showed us before that she was a descendant, that she might have been a descendant of the maiden, but that was never confirmed. Or else, why would she suddenly be questioning if she actually is a descendant of the maiden? And oh god, gravity!
Guess I misread the landing.
Now we good. We good, fam. It was just one small, similar scene, I believe. Ah. So it's implied that she was with all the other bosses, or in some way in those scenes, but it's either not shown or not obvious. And this one is the only one where it was obvious, as in, like, she's literally next to the throne, but nobody acknowledges her, I guess. Wait, what the fuck am I doing? Okay, I can't fast travel. They want me to walk all of this. All right. Everyone is alive and thinking for themselves, hopefully. And not just doing exactly what we say. Who knows? I wonder what Zephyr would have thought of everything in the story. Whenever you misjump someplace in DDDA, you have to close your eyes. Why? Oh, because you have to pick up everyone here. That's why.
Oh, it's you two. I suppose that makes me the last one then.
We better get a move on or else we'll never hear the end of it from Kisara.
Right you are. A month has passed since we vanquished Volron. I would have thought that the Renans on Lenegis would have made their move by now. Yet they still remain as silent as ever. We have no idea what happened to Volron's body, nor its whereabouts. The Red Woman also has yet to reappear, for that matter. And contrary to what I had heard, when the Renis Alma formed, not 5, but 6 elements were present, with darkness constituting the 6th and final Master Core. Were either of you aware of this?
You mean about the Renis Alma? Of course not.
Same. I had no idea a Darkness Master Core even existed.
What about Shion's maiden powers?
No. That was the first I learned about that, too. Or anything about having that power.
Me too. I remember thinking the same thing.
What could it all mean, I wonder? There are so many questions with too few answers, particularly when it comes to that Red Woman and her abilities.
Or at any other ability that used astral energy, I'd say it was an astral art. But hers was different.
Speaking of astral energy, we also mustn't forget that while the other Master Cores disappeared when forming the Renis Alma, for some reason the Fire Master Core remained. It may well have been the work of your maidenly powers. Alphen, are you still able to wield the blazing sword as before?
For now, at least. That Renis Alma sucked most of the energy out of the Fire Master Core, but it still has enough for me to use the sword.
And the sword is safe inside of me for the time being.
Good.
What?
At least that's one thing we needn't concern ourselves over.
It was just on
You
Alphen's
can
back.
say that again. We have more than enough to deal with as it is. Let's go.
Hey, wait up!
I could have sworn I just saw it on Alphen's back. It's still
I heard we
here!
were all to meet at the castle entrance.
The game doesn't know what it's talking about. We have the sword, she doesn't. Oh, nice. We have emptied out the river of dead people. Good to know.
This is Ganya, who has a problem he needs help with. I was just about to ask him what that problem is.
All right, then. Well, tell us what's on your mind, Ganya.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Where are your rations? Did you not get yours?
I did.
Are they not enough?
No, I have enough.
Then what's the problem?
Alphen, you have to remember, these people aren't used to responding so quickly. Be slow and gentle with him.
Oh, right. I forgot. Sorry about that. So you have your rations, and it's enough food, but there's still something wrong with them. What is it exactly?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I got that part.
Do your rations taste bad?
I don't know.
What's that supposed to mean?
I haven't eaten them, so I don't know how they taste.
Mother...
Wait, if you're not eating them, then what are you doing with them?
Oh my god.
Bringing them into the castle.
What? Why? Wait, back up. Are others doing this? Who told you to bring your rations in?
Everyone in my group is doing it. I don't know who told us to do it. They only said to bring the rations into the castle.
I'm guessing none of us told them to do it, or else we'd know, right?
I was afraid that something like this might happen. The people in this capital are slowly regaining their own wills, but not everybody is getting them back at the same rate.
Are you saying someone who got their will back sooner might be taking rations from other people? If so, that's a serious problem.
Definitely. This is something we can't ignore. We need to investigate the castle.
And our companion has rejoined the party. Companion, so singular.
It seems like the people here still tend to blindly follow any orders they're given.
It's a reflex that was quite literally beaten into them. Undoing it will take some time.
I know it's not their fault they're like that, but it's still irritating to deal with.
Kind of, yeah. Alright. And... also, we have a skit, veering off script.
Hey, remind me, just what exactly are we all doing here?
What do you mean? We're helping people, aren't we?
Could have fooled me. Lately it feels like everything we're doing ends up half-baked. We liberated the people of Pelegion, but their hearts and minds are no less under the yoke than the day we found them. As for Volron's cronies, we have no idea where they scampered off to.
You think I don't already know all that? We're doing everything we can, aren't we? We didn't choose to get stuck here. Sometimes you have to play the hand you're dealt. Besides, you've seen all the same things I have. You know as well as I do that deposing the lords alone won't solve all the world's problems.
Rinwell's right. We've gotten this far, haven't we? We can't just leave things unfinished now.
I guess? I mean, I didn't think we'd be singing around the campfire as soon as the wall came down, but still.
The fight isn't over just yet. At least not while Lenegis remains a threat.
I'm just sick of all this waiting. If they're gonna invade, why don't they get a move on already?
Stop that! Don't you think we've got enough problems as it is without you tempting fate?
And another one, apparently. Missing Renan sold... Actually, yeah, what about the soldiers?
Spot something?
Oh, no. Just wondering if I could see any armored guards.
Armored guards? You mean Volron's soldiers?
The moment we defeated their lord, all those guys bolted out of there. And not just out of the castle either. The city, too. For better or worse, it was the guards who looked after the city's Danans. Without them, making Pelegion half-habitable again has been one big headache.
It's not like they were on their last legs. They could have chosen to stay and fight, but instead they ran away and disappeared without a trace.
But without a lord to follow, they can't have any place to go. Unless... You don't think they went to Lenegis, do you?
It's not completely out of the question. Though I'd say it's more likely they're biding their time somewhere, just waiting for the perfect moment to strike back at us.
The people here in Pelegion are nowhere near ready to defend themselves. Great. Another headache to worry about.
And another one, salty mood.
Is it just me, or was today's dinner a little low on salt?
I felt that it was seasoned perfectly, so as to bring out the flavor of the ingredients.
Last taste buds are still like a kid's, so if his food isn't rich enough, I bet he doesn't feel like he's eaten anything at all.
Don't make fun of me! We all need salt in order to survive!
He has a point. You do lose stamina if you don't get enough salt in your body.
Yeah, I remember seeing people trying to lick the rocks back in Calaglia.
What? Why would anybody do that?
Sometimes you can find rocks out there that taste salty. They used to say it was because of all the tears we slaves shed.
Most likely, that was actually rock salt that they found. When our provisions ran low, Miguel would often bring some back for us to use. At the time, we used it because it's all we had. But now there's something hearty about rock salt I like. Even more than table salt.
Is it possible, perhaps, to find any rock salt in these parts?
It is. You have to know what you're looking for, but when I find any, I always break some up to refill our supply. The flavor even changes depending on what kind of terrain it comes from. Sometimes I end up collecting more than we need, just in case we like it.
Wow, Kisara's really serious about her salt.
You can always count on Kisara to be earnest. That's why we have to do our part and not add any more to her burden.
Alright, now we're done with skins. Good. Do they want us to go into the castle and investigate a bit? Actually, in the Central Plaza. Oh god, I know where that is. Okay, this can at least make the walking a little bit easier.
Are you really gonna search through this whole castle?
Oh, quit grumbling. This sort of stuff's old hat for us by now.
Is it though?
Yeah, you've got a point. But
It's not going to take forever, Law, I promise. Let's just do what we came here to do and get out.
Alright, should be, yep, right here on the right. A single guard that's still here, apparently?
Very well.
Alright, you're clear. You can leave.
Well,
Huh. So I'm both surprised and not surprised to see them here.
Hey,
So you guys are hoarding all the rations.
pardon me?
What are you doing? Get back to your position. Excuse me? I'll say it one more time. Get back to your position. What's this guy's deal? Innocent who disobeys must be put to death. So says Lord Volron.
what the hell? Do these guys not realize who we are?
Doesn't seem that way.
Apparently not, actually.
whatever's going on, these are Volron soldiers. Watch yourself.
I gotta remember what the combination was.
Here goes!
I think it was those two and then...
Raging Cascade!
To be let free.
In here!
They smite with
Blast! Back and fire away!
Okay, no, it wasn't that.
We'll soon see about that!
Damn it. That's the bad part about this. I fucking forgot what the combination for the spell was. Fine, I'll take that.
You made quick work of them.
I have plenty of tricks up my sleeve, young lady.
I hope to see them sometime. Illuminate the storm! Do it!
In an instant! Impact Claw!
Ah. So it wasn't a Danon stockpiling the rations. It was some of Volron's soldiers hiding out inside his castle. Yeah, I'm not sure whether to be relieved or freaked out about it.
Hey.
What are you guys trying to accomplish? Are you out trying to get vengeance for Volron? What's going on here? Something's weird about all this. Are you men aware that Lord Volron is no longer around?
You don't say.
The soldier seems to think only of the orders that were given to them. Their mind is completely blank otherwise. It's just like the Danon, it seems. Looking back on it, I did feel like those soldiers we fought here before were mindless. If that's true, then they haven't been hiding out here. They've just been going about their business as usual. I guess so. Everyone here was Volron's slave, both Danon and Renans alike. That's the kind of realm he was running.
Well...
But that doesn't explain why all hell didn't break loose with these guys once Volron was gone, like we've seen somewhere else. Somewhere. A month has passed since Volron vanished. It's only possible things may be starting to crumble at the fringes. The fact that they haven't, to any degree, has allowed these soldiers to carry on as though it were business as usual. Whatever the reason, we can't just let these guys keep walking around. We should bring them into the barracks, for the time being. I agree, but I don't know if they're going to come quietly. Ahem. Listen to me carefully, men. I'm Lord Dohalim, Elam Akras. I have an order for you. Lord Dohalim, but sir, we serve...
Well?
Lord Varum has left this realm and is no longer its ruler. Therefore, in coordination with Renan law, you all must pledge your allegiance to me.
How?
So you expect us to serve you now, my lord? If you respect the Renan rule of law, then yes, that is precisely correct. Of course, we shall follow your orders, Lord Dohalim.
Wow!
That actually worked.
So
I
then,
guess, yeah. This should suffice for the time being. Let's bring these men into the barracks, then speak with Granny once more.
I can't believe how quickly you got all those soldiers to obey you, Dohalim.
actually, they were abiding Renan hierarchy, not me personally.
Well, either way, it solved the problem, and that's what counts.
Do they actually want me to go to the barracks, or is it just like some random place that we have to go to that will trigger the cutscene? I actually don't even know where the barracks is here. Oh, wait, no. They want me to report back to that dude. Shit. Okay. He was... Is there... Okay, yeah, this place.
Whew! I don't sense any more enemies.
Huh. I guess this is how they're gonna try and lead into the, I'm not sure if it's consistent with all the Tales of games, but, like... I think Bizarre had it to a certain extent. Vesperia, I remember having it. And... Zestiria, I never played enough to fully get to that point, but... I guess this is how they're going to introduce the concept of go back to their area, then see how everything broke down after we took everything away. Or took away the leader. Or how it was replaced, or what's going on with the world in general, because we can't see anything from here.
I've talked to the soldiers and made it clear that they are to remain in line. Things should stay calm for the time being.
I know Renans tend to take authority extremely seriously, but you sure know how to throw your weight around as a former lord.
I only managed to get through to them because Volron's curse is lifting, but not to the extent that they can act independently as of yet. Considering we had other matters to attend to for the past month, we should consider ourselves lucky that nothing occurred during our absence.
But if they do start operating independently again, that's going to cause a whole new set of problems to deal with.
Indeed. Ganeth Heros is unlike Menancia. Without intervention, they'll likely revert to oppressing the Danons as they were doing before.
Meaning there's still a lot of work to be done in this realm. Not that there aren't problems among the Danons, too.
Yes. There was no way to avoid the deep-seated conflicts that had festered here. But I just hate that we had to use your position as a lord to solve the situation, Dohalim.
Had I not intervened, yet more blood would have spilled here, and nobody wishes for that.
So, what's going to happen to the Renans here now?
Why do you ask?
We've stripped the soldiers of their armor and locked them up. They can't hurt you guys anymore. I promise.
So they're alive? They're not going to die?
What?
Those people deceived us. They did terrible, terrible things to us. They made us suffer. Long before you guys came along. For years and years and years. It was constant. Never stopped. Not even for a day. So many people died. Our parents, our children, our friends. They all died. They were murdered. And it was the Renans. The Renans were the ones who did it. They killed us. Why do they get to live after so many of us have died? The bastards should die! Every last one of them!
I know how you feel, Ganya. I used to be a slave, and I hated the Renans just like you. I took up the blazing sword to bring them down. But along the way, I've met many people and seen many things. People refusing the hand life dealt them. People who have lost loved ones, but are still trying to make this world a better place. People driven by hate who stopped before it was too late. And those who couldn't and paid with their lives. And I fought plenty of people who were all too happy to make others suffer. Believe me. But after a while, I came to realize that it's not the Renans who are our true enemies.
Then what the hell are we fighting if it's not them?
We're fighting against anyone who tries to take what doesn't belong to them.
But that's what these Renans are doing. How is that any different?
Because I judge everyone by their own actions. That goes for Danans too. Because at the end of the day, at the root of all evils committed is an individual who committed them.
You're right, Alphen. It seems like people are either blaming an entire race for one individual's sins, or an individual for everyone else's mistakes.
Kinda chaos. They're fighting against what Renwell was
But
spouting
all
for a
that
good
does
while.
is add more hate in a world that's already full of it. I want to help create a society where people can finally stop suffering and move beyond their pain. But if we try to do that with more violence, then we'll just end up right back where we started in the first place.
All right. Have it your way. I can't argue with the folks that helped us get back our ability to think and speak freely again.
Is that to say you trust us then?
I don't trust the Renans as far as I can throw them. I trust you guys because of who you are and what you've done.
Fair enough. We won't let you down, Ganya.
Wonder how soon should we let him down?
What's the matter, Kisara? Is something wrong?
Oh, no, nothing. It's fine, really. I'm just a bit worried about what'll happen to all these folks.
Right. It'll take time before they start thinking for themselves again.
Indeed, that is part of it. However, what I'm even more worried about is what will happen to them after that. What do you think they're going to want once they realize how cruel Volron was to them?
Probably revenge.
What happened to Ganeth Haros is the worst form of oppression we've seen. But treated cruelly or kindly, slaves will rise up.
Lenegis aside, there are still remnants of Renan supremacists scattered throughout Dana.
You mean all that trouble we went through to get rid of the Lords might just lead to more violence? That's the last thing I want to see happen.
Of course not. And if we don't do something to prevent it all from starting up again, there could be even more bloodshed for us to regret. There's still a lot we don't know about the Renan rulers. Whatever the face of truth behind their veil, It's on us to put a stop to them. But there is one thing that's clear. Whatever we do to finally end it, our motives can't be getting back at the Renans, or it'll all be for nothing.
So, what exactly is it that you're saying? That we should just act as if nothing happened?
Law's right. We can't expect everyone to just forget all the pain they've endured up until now. Not so easily, at least.
But we have to at least try to change course. We can't just keep allowing history to repeat itself like this.
Exactly. Look, I won't deny that between the crown contest and 300 years of oppression, there's a lot of bad blood between the Danans and the Renans. But all these problems are just too big for us to try to carry the burden on our own. We'll keep doing our part in the interim, but we need to take this one battle at a time.
Hey, new skill. For Kisara, Heartfelt Shields. Increase aggro while guarding. That is incredibly useful. And I cannot get anything else.
Glad that work's taken care of.
I don't think we're done just yet. I want you all to stick around a little longer. There might still be people who need our help.
When you think about it, thinking for yourself can be a heavy responsibility at times.
Yeah, it's not like your mind will only ever think about good, happy things for one.
Maybe so. But I'll still take that burden over living life as a puppet serving others. That's why I want to do everything I can to help these people.
During that cutscene, I had a bit of a thought right now, and I kind of love the idea, though I'm not sure how much of it can fit into this game. So, it's time for one of my, I've tried to not do them for a while, big predictions, or at least what I think the story might be trying to insinuate. And I'm going to clearly label what I think speculative and what is just me just shooting the shit and throwing random ideas out there. So, first random idea. What if there is legitimately no difference between the Danans and the Ranans? What if it is just like the Danans were oppressing the Renans, or Renans oppressing the Danans for so long, generations. They finally got fed up. A hero showed up, like Alphen, by the way, to just tear shit up, overthrow the class, and now people are getting their sense of freedom back. They're angry. They want revenge. They do the exact same shit to them for another couple hundred generations until they forget why the source of it all happened. It's hidden, information wars, all that shit. And now, the shoe's on the other foot. The cycle continues again and again, because we've seen the sovereign thing is just straight up bullshit. There is no one sovereign. As far as where the crown contest is kind of bullshit as well. The thing about space is kind of weird, and I can't explain the magical shit yet, but I am calling, or at least I'm going to make one large assumption right now, that there is probably no difference between the Danans and the Ranans. Especially because if a Ranan and a Danan wear the exact same clothes, you cannot tell them fucking apart. If they were not embedded and not put like the little thing on their hands, like some of our party were, they just need to dress fancily and they could pass if they have the right attitude. So I want to guess that there's no difference in my little make-believe idea of what the story might turn out to, but I wonder if general is the eyes. That's true. They call them bright because their eyes glow when they use magic. But as we've shown, or as they sort of showed off initially, the sovereigns get that. They get those bright eyes when they use the power of the sovereign. And as far as you're aware, Alphen is not a Renan is not an oppressor, not a Renan. So how did he have bright eyes? Is it the power of the sovereign? How did he become the sovereign if it's only based on the Danan structure of power and their magic and the lore that we've been told so far? I'm gonna call bullshit on that for the moment until evidence shows up, but it's kind of a fun idea to think that what if this entire story is just another step in the story of revenge back and forth between two groups that were just fabricated for one reason or another, and it's just kind of fucking funny. The power of human experimentation. They did show Alphen in a lab being experimented on and dehumanized, so like, I'd believe it actually, yeah. Oh, now there's a question mark over here. All right. We also have a couple of subquests. Oh, cutscene
Where
first.
are you going?
Since when do I need your permission to move around?
I wasn't saying that you do. Though I'm not sure why you're biting my head off about it either.
Oh, that's so typical of you. How can you be so relaxed about all this? At this very moment, the enemy is doing who knows what behind the scenes. And yet we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs in Ganeth Harros.
I know that. But our hands are tied right now. What do you want me to do? And what's gotten into you anyway? Is there something you want to say to me, Shion?
Look, you're right. Forget I said anything.
If I said something to hurt you, I'm sorry. But I honestly don't know what I said to upset you so much. I really wish you would tell me.
You don't need to apologize. You didn't say anything. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault. Not really.
Then why?
Please just drop it. I don't want to talk about it.
All right. If that's what you want, I won't push any further.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Just don't be too hard on yourself, okay?
And with that, she'll proceed to be too hard on herself.
I feel like somebody's watching us.
What kind of
Maybe there's
quest will they
someone
have
around who
here?
needs our help.